I joined Charity Crossing back in 2020, around when COVID-19 was at its peak. So due to that high risk factor, people losing their homes and livelihoods right, left, and center, I wanted to help mitigate that pain by any means possible, and Charity Crossing was one of the outlets to help me do that. And not only throughout COVID, but even after it kind of died down, Charity Crossing has provided me with many outlets to help the underprivileged throughout, Delaware, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, and other places through many service activities, whether it's blood donations, serving the community with, household goods and food, etc., and things like that, which is actually quite helpful to know that I can do something to help the community, whether it's weekly, daily, monthly, anything. So I'm currently a youth leader for the Honeysurf Center. I'm actually the leader of the Socks Drive and part of the CC Digital Communications team and the newsletter team. And I've recently joined the leadership team for the CC Blood Donation Group and the Charity Crossing team at the University of Delaware. So hands down, there's been a lot of activities to join and there's been a lot of outlets to go through, but it's definitely a lot of work in order to manage these things. So all these responsibilities with school and extracurricular activities, it's definitely going to be a lot at first, but all that hard work, I guess, has kind of paid off as I earned the Jupiter's Youth Service Award this year, so it's kind of a nice honor, and I would like to thank Charity Crossing for that. I would say in order to manage all of that, it's important to prioritize your work. So I guess organizing your work in a meaningful way based on when and how recurring things are would be key. So for example, homework and studying, for example, is an everyday thing that you can make time for on a flexible schedule. But things like the weekly serves or work at the warehouse or work for any of the drives, for example, it's important to allot specific times for that and focus on getting that task done at hand with efficiency so that you're not getting as easily distracted for, other tasks, whether it's movies with friends or soccer practice or anything of those sort. A key component of that would be to dedicating yourself to the work at hand, like I said, because it's critical to make sure you're slotting time for both sides of the equation, whether it's school and volunteer work. So if you're struggling to manage time, I would say it's important to work ahead and not procrastinate. I know it's a habit among kids. I mean, it happens. I'm also guilty of it, but for example, if you've signed up for work at the warehouse, but then you have movies with your friends, and you also have a research paper coming up that following Monday, I guess, it's important to plan and stick to that schedule ahead so you can set the due date earlier than what it is. So, for example, if you try to finish the research paper a little early, it would be easier to make sure you have one major task out of the way so then you're well rested and you can slot time to work at the warehouse with energy and, being able to lift boxes the next day at the warehouse. So making sure you have one stressful thing done and then the next day you're working with energy, and then finally you can wind down, enjoy movies with your friends. So I guess it's a nice way to meld prioritizing work as well as learning time management as you try to navigate school and volunteer work. So it's definitely going to be tough trying to manage both, but it is possible as long as you stick to a plan and you try to make sure you set your due dates earlier than they are. So yeah, that would be it. Thank you.